Hello, Basement Movie Room. We're back with our third in the Star Wars reviews, Revenge of the Sith, the final of the prequels, the best of the prequels. So, after Clones, this is a nice, much better movie. So, essentially, this one opens with... Where does it open?
That space battle.
The space battle.
Over Coruscant. Yeah.
Space battle over Coruscant. I don't care for the ships that they use. I much prefer the X-Wings and things like that from the original trilogy.
It's a pretty cool space battle.
It's a cool space battle. I just don't like the cleanliness of the ships. They're too clean. They're too pretty. That kind of stuff. So
you need your Star Wars dirty.
I need dirty wars. Dirty Star Wars.
Dirty wars.
Dirty, nasty Star Wars. So we open up with the space battle, and then we have Obi-Wan and Anakin going to rescue Palpatine, who's been captured by Dooku. We don't really figure out how he got captured by Dooku.
No, wasn't explained at all.
But clearly he just gave himself up to him for this reason. They go to battle Dooku for the second time, because they battled him in Clones and essentially lost that battle. So they're battling for the second time. He knocks Obi-Wan out. Like a staircase falls on Obi-Wan's legs. You think he's probably got broken legs, but
I think I mentioned to you during watching that, I always thought Alec Guinness had a limp in the original.
Yeah.
And I thought that may have been what
that doesn't pay off, though.
But it didn't.
It doesn't pay off.
Yeah, it did. Nothing happened.
So Obi-Wan's knocked out, so you get Palpatine's first chance to kind of influence Anakin. Anakin cuts off Dooku's hands. It's amazing. And then, he's got Dooku there, and he's like, I shouldn't kill him, I should take him in, but Palpatine's that famous do it line, and Anakin just decapitates Dooku. And it shows the head rolling and everything. Pretty impressive for a Star Wars movie to show that. So they rescue Palpatine, they get off the ship, they get Palpatine back down to Coruscant. And at that point, Anakin and Palpatine have a really good relationship apparently at this point. There's, that's kind of happened in between the movies during the Clone Wars, I expect. And so the Jedi Council decides to, at that point, they decide to send Obi-Wan after Grievous, right?
Yeah, because they learned where he retreated to.
Yeah. And they're sending Obi-Wan after Grievous. Anakin gets upset because he's not going after Grievous. But they say Anakin has another job, and his job is to spy on Palpatine. So Obi-Wan leaves.
Which they had Obi-Wan tell Anakin.
They had Obi-Wan
had a little bit of
Yeah, so it's like
emotional connection.
Emotional connection for sure. So Obi-Wan leaves to head to the planet that Grievous is on, which is like the bug planet where the bugs are, I think, And there's another race there apparently. So Obi-Wan gets to that planet, and the inhabitants of that planet tell him we're fine, and then they were like, oh, we're being held prisoner, wink, wink, yeah. So Obi-Wan pretends to leave, and then, shows up a little bit later where Grievous is. There's the famous, hello there, and General Kenobi scene. So they fight. Obi-Wan kills Grievous with, the blaster.
The blaster,
he uses the blaster.
So uncivilized.
Those
one
are
of those. Throwaway.
Just
again.
Ewan McGregor's great in the
Yeah.
role. Obi-Wan's great. I mean, he's the best part of the prequel trilogy, along with Ian McDiarmid as Palpatine. So, Obi-Wan finishes out that storyline, leaves to head back, and then we, with Anakin, he basically just tells Palpatine that he's spying on him for the Jedi. The Jedi want him to spy on him. And Palpatine's been, at least we assume it's Palpatine, been putting thoughts in Anakin's head, dreams about Padme dying in childbirth and things like that. And we get the whole Padme-Anakin scenes. We don't need to talk about those. They're useless and pointless. And that's why Clones was such a terrible movie.
They did cut those kind of short, too.
The much better decision there to cut those short. So we get the Chancellor, he's Chancellor Palpatine right now, and Anakin talking at the opera, which is a great scene. Palpatine, Ian McDiarmid's fantastic in this scene. So they're talking, and we get the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise. It's a story that the Jedi would not tell you. You know,
Be a good sequel.
could you learn this from a could you learn this not from a Jedi?
Yes.
Yeah.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Not from a Jedi.
Just fantastic, and this is kind of where I think at this point Anakin's realizing that Palpatine's not exactly what he says he is, but he's not caring because the only thing he cares about, at least assumingly the only thing he cares about, is Padme. Mm-hmm. Although I think we find out later that's not actually true. He really only cares about himself ultimately. So, we get to tell the Darth Plagueis Watch, which is one of the best stories. Like you said, it'd be great for a trilogy. Taika Waititi's doing a trilogy or a movie. Why don't he do that one? That'd be great.
Yeah. It'd be really good if they did a sequel trilogy based on that.
A sequel trilogy based on that, yeah. Like some guy that's very scarred that maybe is Darth Plagueis, would make a lot of sense.
Takes on a new apprentice?
Yeah. It would make a lot of sense. Maybe somebody that's connected to the other characters of the original trilogy.
Yeah. We might be onto something.
I think we're onto something.
Let's write this down.
Yeah.
Send it to Disney.
They're like fans are making a comic out of Trevorrow's script, right?
Oh.
Yeah. The third movie, Rise of Skywalker, obviously was supposed to be done by Colin Trevorrow of Jurassic World fame, which honestly doesn't give me.
It was still bad.
All good
If
stuff.
yeah.
I haven't read it.
No, it's still bad. It's
but
still
people are making a comic out of it now, so, besides the point, we're on Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
So, the Emperor is setting up, or not the Emperor, the Chancellor is setting up, Palpatine's setting up for Anakin to slowly come to his side, and I think it actually happens a little quicker than he expected, because Anakin's all in once he thinks Padme's going to die. I mean, there's no doubt. So he goes back to the Jedi Council, tells them essentially that Palpatine's a Sith. Mace Windu goes with him to fight Palpatine and take him out, not knowing that Anakin is essentially just setting up a trap here, that Palpatine's going to kill Windu, which, is he dead? Not dead? Who knows? He flew out a window. We never saw his body, so we can't guarantee he's dead.
And they can fall.
And in the meantime, Order 66 is put into place to take the Jedi out.
Yeah.
Commander Cody tries to take out Obi-Wan. He fails, obviously, because Obi-Wan's in the further movies.
See a bunch of Jedi that you don't really care
about. A lot of random Jedi. We see Plo
killed.
Koon and Ki-Adi-Mundi. That's the only two that we really care about that we see die.
Yeah.
We see a Twi'lek Jedi die. We see a random, was it human Jedi? I don't know. It's just a couple of Jedis nobody cares about dying. So we get that. But plenty of Jedi survived. I think, Rebels wouldn't exist unless Kanan Jarrus survived. Jedi Fallen Order wouldn't exist unless Cal Kestis survived. So
check out Rebels.
Yeah, Rebels is great.
Get past
Rebels
the first
is terrific.
4.
Yeah, first few episodes. Yeah.
They're only like
Get past
30 minutes
those.
long.
Yeah,
so.
they're not long, but Rebels.
Some good stuff.
Kanan Jarrus is one of the best Jedi that they've ever put on screen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's fantastic. And Ezra Bridger is fantastic. I think we're going to probably see more of him in the future on the Disney Plus series.
Yeah.
Probably the Ahsoka series, I would guess, is where we're going to get more of him. But it's a fantastic series. Definitely check out Rebels. But let's get back to Revenge of the Sith. So, Order 66 in place. Anakin helps carry it out by attacking the Jedi Temple and killing the kids in the Jedi Temple, unfortunately.
Yep.
And then you pointed out George Lucas' son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Help Bail Organa escape. Supposedly that's Lucas's kid that did that, but
it's a good scene. He dies, but
yeah.
Bail Organa escapes after coming in like, what's going on here? And then it's like, try to kill Bail Organa, even though that's not part of Order 66.
Yeah. I didn't understand that scene.
There's no real
I think
point.
it was thrown in there just so Lucas's kid could have a
and Jimmy
cameo.
Smits could have more time on screen.
Yeah. Which he's great in that.
Yeah, Jimmy Smits is
really
perfect
didn't do
fine.
too
It was
much.
nice to see him reappear in Rogue One too.
Yeah, that was awesome.
As Bail Organa. Yeah, that was great. I didn't expect that. He was all of a sudden there. I was like, hey, Jimmy Smits.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rogue
One. Rogue One. Yeah, we're going to review that one at some point. Yeah, we're just doing mainline Star Wars. We're going to do Rogue One at some point.
Yeah.
So, Order 66 goes in place. We get the battle on Coruscant between Yoda. The second battle between Yoda and Palpatine, right? Because he fought Dooku before.
Fought Dooku.
That's right. He fought Dooku before.
Yeah.
So we get the battle between Yoda, which I think both of us are kind of in the camp where we don't particularly like to see Yoda fighting with a lightsaber. He's better as the wise leader of the Jedi than he is as
it takes away. I think it took away a lot from him.
It was cool looking
from the original. Yeah,
I gotta admit the CG was much better in this one than it had been in the previous two.
Had some funny moments with Yoda.
Yeah,
he just took those guards and knocked them out. That was pretty good.
Yeah. Yoda gets some time on screen here that's kind of showing what a badass we already knew he was.
And then you got the 4 main players.
Yeah.
That take the original Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah.
Where it went. So.
Yeah.
I think that had a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So those fights.
Yeah, so Padme seeks out Anakin, finds out he's gone to Mustafar, where he kills a lot of random useless characters. But he's on Mustafar. Padme goes there not knowing that Obi-Wan's stowed away on her ship. And as soon as Obi-Wan appears, Anakin assumes Padme's against him because he's lost it at this point. He's gone full dark side and just doesn't believe that anybody's looking out for him. He believes Padme's against him. He believes Obi-Wan's against him, which none of them really are against him. They want to rescue him.
Should have made Luke and Leia Obi-Wan's kids.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
That's the theory out there, but it doesn't really track if you really watch it. It doesn't track.
No.
So then we get one of the better lightsaber fights in Star Wars history, the fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan, on the lava flows, on the robots that are flying across the lava flow, and then finally the final scene between Anakin and Obi-Wan where Obi-Wan is like, don't try it, I have the high ground, and he tries it, and he pays for it. Although, Obi-Wan's pretty good with the low ground, as, evidenced by his killing of Darth Maul, but I think we're supposed to believe that Darth Maul was too cocky.
Yeah.
And then Anakin was too cocky. I think it's the pride that really killed him. It's the pride. It's not the high ground.
You made the comment about Vader.
Oh yeah,
Return of the
Jedi. Vader and
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi. Like
Saying to Luke.
Obi-Wan taught you well because Luke's on the high ground there, So yeah, but it's a great lightsaber battle.
Should have done his lightsaber.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah, the CG's really good in it. Actually, I mean, it has its moments where it's a little dodgy, but overall it's good. The lava looks great, and then he cuts his legs off and he catches on fire, and then of course
really brutal scene.
Yeah, it's brutal. The whole movie's brutal.
Yeah,
we got the decapitation at the first.
Take my 9-year-old kid to see that. That might be a little much.
It's a little rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he leaves before confirming death. So we of course have Vader. I mean, we knew he wasn't going to die. Padme gives birth to the twins. One's taken to Owen Lars, Luke, and one's taken to Bail Organa, Leia. I mean, if you don't know, I don't even know why I said that. You obviously know that if you've ever watched Star Wars in your life. Mm-hmm. And Darth Vader believes that his children are dead. He doesn't realize it until, I guess, in A New Hope, he realizes it ultimately, is where he realizes that, at least Luke is alive.
Yeah, it's really not touched on.
It's not made clear because Lucas was clearly not planning that particular storyline.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
100%.
Luke and Leia are split up. Bail Organa takes Leia. Owen Lars takes Luke.
They always wanted a girl.
Yeah.
Luke got the
Luke got the raw end of that deal. Moisture farmer on Tatooine. What the heck? But yeah, I mean,
Obi-Wan should have looked over Leia.
They don't even change Luke's name to Luke Lars, because apparently we can just go with Skywalker and Vader's not going to know his own surname that he used to have.
How about Stark?
Yeah, Starkiller. But then we couldn't use that in The Force Unleashed.
You're right.
Yeah.
What about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
So that's kind of where the movie ends. We obviously know where it's going. We're going to end up with Luke at age 17, 18 in A New Hope, which we will be reviewing soon enough. It's going to be a little interlude.
It's going to be a good one
between there, but once we get to the original trilogy, we're going to be some little fanboy bitches for that trilogy, basically, because we love it. Empire's one of my favorite movies of all time, and New Hope is definitely well well up there with like things I can watch anytime, every day, all day. So, yeah. So
Yeah, the ending of this should have been drawn out a little more.
Yeah.
We were kind of discussing how this movie should have been maybe 2 movies and just gotten rid of that.
Yeah.
Another movie.
Don't doubt that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
or at least half of this movie should have been part of that.
Yeah. But I like Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
I think it's the best of the prequel trilogy. I know a lot of people share that. Younger people, this is like their Empire. I mean, this is the Empire Strikes Back for a lot of younger people. I know one of the kids my son knows that this is his favorite Star Wars movie, which I think is crazy. I've said you need to watch Empire again, please.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what it is.
It might be boring to kids now.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It's not as exciting.
I guess.
But I love Empire.
Huh.
All right. Score?
Oh, score. Yeah, it was, typical Star Wars score.
John
Williams did a great job. I mean, Duel of the Fates was played again during this, the last fight. It wasn't
the climactic battle.
It wasn't as. I think it was kind of overplayed at this point, but it was still good. I mean,
you can't take that piece is like the piece of music for the prequel trilogy.
Yeah, but I mean, it's there was a piece where Anakin's looking across to Padme before he goes and tries to stop Mace Windu from killing.
Right.
There's that little piece of music that Williams is playing. That's it's pretty good. It's just
Yeah.
And the acting was good because nobody had to talk.
Yeah.
So
the dialogue is still pretty rough in this movie because Lucas just lost the ability to write dialogue.
I mean, it was one of the better. I still think Phantom Menace has the best score of all 3.
Yeah. And that makes sense because it's the first one and he kind of worked from that score moving forward.
So,
yeah.
He threw in the little Yoda score.
Yeah.
At the end too. So I mean, it was in the original Luke.
Right.
Yeah, he threw all that old stuff in there too.
Yeah.
But it was good. I still like Phantom Menace score way better. But
that's great.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go to rating now. What do you rate it?
Yeah, 5. Oh man. For the Star Wars movies, I gotta give it a 3.8.
3.8. I'm a little lower than that because I don't think any of the prequels come anywhere close to like the original trilogy, and my worst of the original trilogy being Jedi. I'm not gonna say my score, but it's gonna be higher than this one. So I'm at like 3.5. I mean, you get a point for being Star Wars, just naturally.
Yeah.
You get a point for not being Attack of the Clones. And then you get a 1.5 for being the best of the prequel trilogy. So I'm at 3.5.
3.5. Okay.
Yeah, 3.5 is where I'm at. It's the best of prequel trilogy. I may have rated Phantom Menace 3.5. I don't recall because that's nostalgia. I mean, that was the first Star Wars movie that came out when we were born. Well, it wasn't the first came out. Well, when we were old enough to actually go see it. I mean, Jedi came out in '83.
For ourselves.
83. I was 2.5, and you were like 2.
Yeah.
At that time, I'm 40. He's 39. We're both about to, we're in our 40s essentially at this point. So yeah, 3.5 stars. That's where I'm at with it. I like it. I liked it a lot more on this watch than I have previously, I think. Because it's been a while since I've seen this. Maybe I liked it a lot the first time. I don't remember, honestly. But it's been a while since I've seen it all the way through. I've watched bits and pieces, like on TNT or TBS when they showed it on the weekend.
So bad, I think.
I mean, if I'm comparing this against the second one, it's a 5-star movie. That's a 0, that's a 5, But yeah, I'm at 3.5 stars. Yeah. I enjoy this movie quite a bit.
It was a cool video game on Xbox.
Oh yeah?
Xbox.
Excellent Xbox game. Yeah.
So.
All right. I think that's where we're done.
That's it.
Anything else from you?
No.
All right. Thanks for watching.